record it because eventually I will upload it on YouTube. Genshin Impact playable characters version 2.6. Wait a moment, so Ayato is here. 2.6, there should be Ayato somewhere. Oh, Ayato, how do we... well, I don't know where to put Ayato, he has not been released yet. I will go with the characters that we have first. Bennett here, absolutely most busted character in the game. And I will put Kazuha next to him. Not sure why it has a very different icon, but in terms of bustedness, they are very close to each other. And off the top of my head, on the same tier list, on the same tier, we need to put Shanling, we need to put Ganyu, we need to put... Why is there a double Kazuha? They're both Kazuha. So I remove this one because I don't like the icon. There, Kazuha there. We put Ayaka, definitely. Let's see here. Hutao, yes. No. Let me see. S tier. Yeah, I would say that these are the most S tier in the game right now. He's by far the number one. He's by far number two. The order of the others varies a bit. Like for new players, Shanling definitely goes here. I would personally do something like this. For me, these two are equivalent. Actually, even Ganyu. Like these three are equivalent because they perform extremely well without needing these two. Because every character in the game performs extremely well if if he or she is in a team with Bennett and Kazuha. But Hutao doesn't need Kazuha and she does not want Bennett. She really does not want him. These two doesn't need. She likes both of them, so for me she's a little bit behind, but still top tier. Raiden, oh, of course. To perform at her best, she needs them, but she can work extremely well even without them. She can work as a support, she one-shots the universe as the main carry at Constellation 2 and above, so she's definitely a top tier character. She goes here. I don't have Hitto, so I have to go by feeling. And I will put him here, which is same tier as Xiao. Very good damage dealers with performance that varies a bit depending on the Abyss rotation. Because I only value them based on the Abyss performance, not really open world or stuff like that, because in the open world you can kill everything with anything, so... we'll put Eula here. She has reliability issues with her burst, which compromises a huge part of her kit. Sometimes monsters will dodge it, sometimes monsters will fly away, so she can be here, but I think that on average she is here. Same tier for Yoimiya, insane amount of single target damage, but she has reliability issues here and there, so that's the correct tier for me. And on this same tier, A tier, I will put Shincho, Beidou, Rosaria when I can find her, and I will put... where is Fischl? I'm looking for Fischl. Because these four sub DPS, off-field DPS characters are absolutely amazing, and three of these, if they are well built, they can carry any main DPS. I got 9 stars in the Abyss using a level 50 Barbara with basically nothing on her. They're just great, and it's important to build them well. There will probably be a lot of characters in the A tier. Because having a look, I will put on A tier Jean, because she's an extremely versatile character. Healer, Anemo, good damage, a bit of crowd control, decent energy regeneration, so excellent character. I don't play her and I don't like her kit, so I will put her down here. Shenhe, in teams that make sense for her, she performs as an A+. She's a bit limited in the sense that you need to play her in teams that rely a lot on cryo, sometimes freeze teams, so double element, but more often than not 2 or 3 cryo characters. So she cannot be here. But in teams where she is made well... teams that are made around her perform extremely well. Diona here, she's fine. She's fine, but there are better options for me. Like, to give a better explanation, she provides a lot for the team. She's easy to build, but it's difficult to fit her in the teams that have an empty slot. Because let's say that you have a team with Ayaka and it's a freeze team, so you want someone like Mona or Kokomi or someone like that. It becomes difficult to fit Diona in those kinds of teams. She's very valuable regardless. Razor here, she's a good damage dealer. Pretty good damage dealer. Not amazing though. So I cannot rank him higher, but you can clear a lot of stuff in the game with Razor as your main character. I had the chance to play Yunjin at Constellation 6. Because, I mean, my Yunjin is Constellation 6 and she has a decent build. In teams where she's made to perform well, she goes here, but there are not many right now. There are mostly teams with Yomiya and a few other characters who attack quickly. Because characters who attack slowly struggle a bit more to benefit from her elemental skill. Well, actually, it's her elemental burst. So not the most versatile of character, but she performs extremely well. I don't have Yaimiko, so it's a bit difficult for me to rate her. From what I've seen, she's around here. With crazy build, high constellation, she goes up, but she doesn't look amazing at Constellation 0. She looks okay, she's fine. I have no idea about Ayato. I really have no idea. Like, I will put it here, but if you see Ayato here, don't think that, oh my god, Sir Grandelot hates Ayato. He has not been released yet, so we don't know what his kit. If I had to guess, I would put it here. But it really feels bad to put Ayato here, not knowing what he does. But I guess I will do so, because if I put it here and I use this as a thumbnail for the video, it will be ultimate clickbait and I don't want to do it. So I guess we do this. John Lee between here, but he's still very valuable for me. Goro, similar to Yunjin. Limited uses, he works very well in those scenarios, but he's not an amazing character. He is fine. Unfortunately, I only have his Constellation 3. And his big ones are 4, because he becomes a healer, and 6, because he boosts crit damage a lot. I'm guessing that the tier will be the same even at Constellation 6, just a slightly better performer. Sayu is fine, but really has a lot of energy regeneration issues. Her kit is okay, but it's not great. It only becomes good at Constellation 6. And even then, she still has energy recharge issues. So for me, Sayu doesn't go above C tier. Kokomi, I would put her between here, honestly. I know that some people swear by her, but the argument that I make is any team, almost any team that has Kokomi as the on-field driver can be played with Chi-Chi as the on-field driver. There are some very specific teams where you're using Shanling and you swirl with Kazuha and you do weird things. And in those teams you cannot really play Chi-Chi because Chi-Chi will not manage to let Shanling vaporize stuff. But the idea of having Kokomi as the on-field driver who also heals while everyone else provide off-field damage, you can do it with Chi-Chi. If you have a look at my videos on my channel, I do it all the time and it's very easy. So I don't value Kokomi higher than Chi-Chi at all. For me, they're basically on the same level. Similar discussion, Chi-Chi used only as a healer, not that great. She's a fine healer, but it's a very limited kit if you just use her as a healer. As a physical damage dealer, she's fine, but a little bit underwhelming. If you use her as an on-field driver with 3 strong off-field DPS units, she's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Noelle, I will put her here. When equipped well, she performs extremely well. A thing that I said during my previous tier list is that when you start the game, Noelle is here because she provides shield, healing, and a bit of damage. And as you get more and more characters, she goes down and down and down and down. And you basically don't use her. Eventually, you unlock her Constellation 6, you build her a bit better, and she goes up a bit. For me, she's a B character. My personal Noelle is probably here just because her stats are insane. But in general, she's fine here. Traveler is an okay character. Here. My favorite main character is Gio, but even Electro is pretty good. Sarah, I have to put her here. Her kit, playing it is trash, it's very annoying to use, and it's extremely limited. It's only good with her, and with her, or in general, teams that rely a lot on Electro, and even then it's limited, she just boosts damage. If her kit was that the elemental skill provides healing, and the burst provides an attack buff, her kit would have been a lot better, but as it is now, she's just an attack buffer that doesn't do anything else. Although her burst deals a decent amount of damage. Barbara would put her around here. She's fine. She's basically 4-star Kokomi. Less healing, less damage, but she's a fine character. Venti for me goes no higher than this, because his burst never works in the Abyss. More often than not, there are enemies that are immune to his burst. I believe on the 12th floor, out of the 6 rooms that we need to clear, because each chamber has 2 halves, so overall there are 6 rooms, there are 4 where monsters are immune to his burst. And I'm not sure about one. But I believe that very likely the bigger V-shops on the first chamber are immune to his burst. And that would mean that 5 rooms out of 6 Venti's crowd control is useless. So, again, if you want to just kill Hilichurls on the map, Venti is here. If you want to use Venti for some end-game content, he's a fine character, but nothing amazing. Lisa is okay, I'll probably put her here. She has some interesting things going on for her, like defense reduction and a few other interesting things. Yanfei, I would put her here, although she's very close to here. Now that we have a second row of 8-tier character, I will put Yanfei here because she deals an insane amount of damage for a 4-star character. Really ludicrous. She definitely deserves to stay with the, let's say, big boys, because if you're a new player, or in general you're missing a pyro damage dealer, Yanfei is going to be amazing. Toma for me goes here. His kit is a mess. He doesn't do anything. He deals no damage, energy regeneration reasonable but not great, and he only has a shield that is decent but not that amazing, and some occasional pyro application. It's a very bad kit. It's a pity because he has some of the most beautiful animations in the game for me, especially among the male characters. Ember, I think I will put her together with Lisa, mainly because if you get her at high constellation and you keep her well, she has some potential, especially with Hu Tao, so she deserves to stay there. Sacrosi is very good, very good. She can fight with Kazuha. For me, Sacrosi is better than Venti by far. She can fight with Kazuha for the same spot, especially if you have high constellation Sacrosi and no constellation Kazuha. She's a bit more difficult and unreliable to use because of the auto-targeting, but apart from that she's amazing, and swirling 2 elements with her is not too difficult. Sometimes she forces you to use specific rotations, but all in all she's a very good character. Uh, I think I will put her here, around the beginning. She's a very good damage dealer for Geo. When it comes to Geo range, the damage dealer, she's the best. That's what I can say. Actually, at high constellation, she can go up a bit. At high constellation, she becomes a very good damage dealer. So I would put constellation 6 and one here, maybe here. Low constellation is around here, and I think there are better characters that you can build. But she's a good character overall. Child, I would say around here, not necessarily behind this or that, just that there are many characters that are good, just not completely broken, and Child deserves to stay here. You can put it here, here, here. Again, these are not necessarily in order, I just put them there all together. Good damage output, great hydro application, he enables all the elemental reactions in the game. He does not need a 5-star weapon to shine. He is great. He's a very, very good character. The look in general, I would put him here, because he's still very good at dealing damage. For the specific Abyss rotation that we have now, with wolves jumping everywhere, I would put him here. Because he uses the burst, the wolves move away. He gets close to them to hit them, the wolves move away. He's a pain in the ass. But in general, he's here. He's a good damage dealer. Keqing, I would say here. She's fine. I wish I could put her a bit higher. She's a fun character to play. I like characters with bursts that don't cost much energy and have short cooldowns. For me, she deserves to stay between here and here. I will put her next to the loop. Yeah, she's fine. If you've seen my Abyss runs, with Keqing as the on-field carry, I got 9-star on the last floor relatively easily. So that's not to say that I would put Keqing here or she's good, here she's bad. It's just that she does not perform as well as Yoimiya, as Xiao, as Itto. So for me, she goes a little bit low. A little bit lower. Female main character, we put her next to there. Okay, here. I have not built him yet, but I had the chance to play it on a friend's account. Good damage output, great energy regeneration, great cryo application, good constellations. Definitely a good character. I would say the best one out of the starting characters. Yeah. If we don't consider Shanling, we get her for free, but she's not really a starting character. Mona, I would say here. She's just so her versatility is amazing. She can fill so many roles: Hydro Applicator, Healer with Prototype Ember, Damage Dealer, Vaporize shenanigans. She's a very good character. Albedo, very good. Excellent off-field damage, energy regeneration, crystallize shield, Geo-resonance in teams where he is the second Geo character, cheap burst, easy to build, very good character. Chongers, I will put him here. I put him here. He's not at the end of the B tier. It's a good character, very, very good character. Well-built Chongers with the Cryo Infusion allows you to do a lot of interesting shenanigans with your characters. So it's not a character that you should dismiss. And Klee, for me personally, is here because I dislike her playstyle. I'm sorry. In terms of design, she's here. She's a really fun character. In terms of power level, I will put her here. Maybe a bit higher. Yeah. Like, if we consider the raw damage output, she's around here. Just her kit is a bit annoying to play because it relies so much on charge attacks. I prefer Diluc by far. He has a more dynamic playstyle over Klee. So my personal preference, again, here. Maybe a bit more objectively here, but I think most people can make Klee work extremely well because she deals a ton of damage. And now it's time for me to do some shopping. So after this tier list, I'll be checking out. It's Monday for me. My next stream will be on Thursday around the same time, which is around midnight UTC. I'm not sure if there will be any new special events starting on Thursday. I doubt so. We will have to clear a couple of the Hadouken Ikki dungeons, whatever they're called. And then we will see. I will be probably farming quite a bit of Blizzard 3 artifacts over the next few days, and let's see if we finally get something decent to upgrade. So I'll be checking out. I'm wishing you happy grinding, and see you Thursday, guys. Bye. Take care.